Oh, I ain't know you was back here, girl. I ain't even see you. Oh, nah, just making sure.
Hey y'all, Miss B back again at another beauty supply store. And listen, I'm seeing all these sales. I saw 50% off, 75% off. And why is that? Because we are not up in there, y'all. I walked through this gigantic beauty supply store and the aisles were empty on a Saturday. We are doing it, y'all. Now, one thing I did notice though is that I saw a few black men in this store, which I was surprised by, but I know that y'all need your wave caps and your wave brushes and your clippers and all of that. I would only ask, please, let's all lock in. There are black owned beauty supply stores in most areas. So guys, let's get on this. I know that y'all were concerned about whether or not the women were going to follow through, and we are following through, y'all. So we need everybody to lock into this transfer of wealth, this blackout. We got this, y'all. We are doing it, and we need to do it together. So I love y'all. We are doing this thing, and I'm so proud.
Today's adventure, we're gonna stop by a couple of places and see if people that ain't supposed to be in there are in there. 1 second, please. Let's see. No. Next spot I'm finna check is this one. Hold on. It was locked.
Shout out to that black queen who is taking us around Asian American stores, updating us with what is happening with these boycotts. As you've seen it, many of these stores are empty. But before the beginning of these boycotts, those stores used to be full of black buyers. They used to be collecting money from black consumers. But now the same money that was being collected by those Asian Americans is now being collected by black business owners. That is the goal. The goal is to transfer wealth from Asian American business owners to black business owners. This is what black Americans are doing. Instead of spending their money in these Asian American stores, they are spending their money in black owned businesses. I want you to listen to these other people telling us what is being done, whether these boycotts being effective or not. This video is for educational purpose, and if you want to participate in this conversation, feel free to drop your opinions down there in the comment section. If this one seemed to be interesting, click on the like button. That is the best way to support us. Let's get into it.
Hey, don't scroll past this post because I need some help and I need you to help me. Where's the BLK Beauty Supplies in St. Louis? Okay, now hit these buttons over here because I know you're gonna need this in the future too. And don't be playing, y'all. Y'all see my hair. Y'all see my hair. Y'all know I don't even be out here like this. So don't do that. Also, we gotta show them as black people and with our black dollars that have literally helped them build all the beauty supplies in our black communities and neighborhoods that our black dollar means something, okay? Because truthfully, Ming Ling and Mr. Hung, guess what? Your people ain't coming in there. None of your people want a 27-piece, do they? None of your people is trying to get a bust down middle part and want it black, are they? No. They not shopping with you. Your own people not even shopping with you, but you're gonna disrespect the people that put y'all on? Okay, yeah. All right, anyway, so report to this post, our BLK Beauty Supplies. Tag it in the comments. Because I mean I want them black, 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 black. I love being black. Black, 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 black. I love being black. Bye.
We need to set the tone. Y'all drop in the comments and start naming nail salons, beauty supplies.
Black women will never, ever boycott Asian businesses. Why? They need the weave. I don't give a damn what they do, how they talk to you, how they treat you. They will never. They need it.
Yesterday, when I made the post regarding people should not be boycotting Asian business, I did not know what the situation was for until later. Come to find out, an Asian man was not guilty for shooting a black teenager kid, and that's why the black folks are mad and they're boycotting Asian business. I see where you're coming from, though. I feel your pain, and I'm so sorry for the tragic that you had to go through. But when I hear the fact that you are going to boycott Asian business, that caught me off guard, and let me tell you why. Is because when you say you are boycotting Asian business, that's a big statement. Like, Asian comes in different area, like Laos, Cambodia, Vietnamese, Japan, Korea, China, India. So when you say you're going to boycott the Asian businesses, that's all of them. But the fact that we didn't do anything to y'all, that's why I'm tripping about. That's it. Not that we're not feeling sorry for the situation. It's just, I know it was a Chinese man who shot the kid, but one man's crime cannot affect the whole community. You see what I'm saying? Like, that's why I was caught off guard, because I'm Asian. And when you say you're going to boycott Asian, that's like involve all of us. And some of us be like, what the hell did we do? We didn't do anything. We knew the situation, but we feel for the situation, but we didn't do anything. That's why I made that video. You see what I'm saying? Not trying to not have no empathy or sympathy about the situation. I feel bad. But it's kind of hard to boycott the Asian community because it's like, it's everywhere. You see what I'm saying? So, with that being said, we need to stop this racism stuff, man. We need to love each other more. We need to really embrace each other's differences and just work it out. And at the end of the day, we need God. That's what we need.
Because I'm so sorry, like, right now, obviously, like, it's a big talk about this murder this Asian man did. He killed a 14-year-old boy, which is horrible. But in response to that, a lot of people are boycotting Asian businesses, and I kind of think that's a little crazy, because it's one man's action affecting the whole Asian community. That's low-key a generalization. Also, a lot of these people are boycotting, like, nail businesses and some. Those people are Vietnamese, not even Chinese, okay? A lot of those people are lower income. They're not the model minority. They're from a third world country. And I'm saying that because I know someone who is literally kind of being affected by this because their family owns a nail tech business. And I just think it's a little crazy that it's so, I guess, fine to say this normalization and be like, boycott all Asian people because of this one Asian person.
Now, first, this is not just about the Rick Chow case. That was pretty much just the straw that broke the camel's back. For decades, Black people have been dealing with disrespect from Asian-owned businesses in our communities, while they continue to profit from the Black dollar. Now, Black people deciding they want to support Black-owned businesses, that's not racism, that's just group economics. And other groups have been doing that for centuries. So why is it suddenly considered racist when Black people want to spend more money in Black-owned businesses? At the end of the day, spending money is a choice, and supporting Black-owned businesses is not an attack on anyone else. And I keep hearing, like, how would Black people feel if Asian people boycotted Black businesses? Now, the Asian community has never really supported Black businesses, so you can't really boycott something you've never supported in the first place. Now, if the Black dollar mattered so much to the Asian community, then they should have respected Black people when they had the chance. And this is exactly what we mean when we say, fuck around and find out. Y'all just found out. Now, you've spent decades benefiting off of a community while showing such little respect for its people. Don't be shocked now when we decide to take our money somewhere else.
There's a lot of discourse happening right now about the Black-owned nail salons and beauty salons, and why aren't there any Black nail salons where you can just walk in? And I see lots of people asking, why not, why not, why not, why not? There's a plethora of reasons. Number one, Black Americans aren't foreigners. So they're not going to get the subsidies that foreigners get. A lot of these people that come and they open up their hair spots, they open up their nail salons, brow threading, all of that, they are getting extreme subsidies. So a Black American may have to pay $5,000 to $10,000 in commercial rental space to be in the decent part of town, and they could be spending $2,000 to $4,000 to be in a crappy part of town. But an immigrant, because they get subsidies in their programs that are set up for them to open businesses, can get into those same buildings literally for a tenth of the price, and I'm not even exaggerating. Also, another big issue that no one wants to talk about, not only is a Black American not able to get the subsidies or the reduced rates on the commercial rental spaces, they're paying more for their supplies because a lot of Asian people own these wholesale companies and they intentionally charge Black business owners more. Most of the consumers are going to say, well, I don't want to come in and spend $80 for a pedicure because they're only charging $50 over there, not realizing that that Asian business has much less overhead because they're able to tap into the subsidies, and also the vendors are selling the actual products and supplies to the Asian business owners, to the Asian nail techs, to the Asian beauty supply stores for much less than what they will sell them to the Black American vendors for. The next thing that y'all are not looking at, a lot of those people that come from other Asian countries and they work in the nail salons, they're technically working off their debt. Whoever paid or sponsored to get them here, they will go in and they will work. And I don't know if y'all have ever spoken to any of them. Sometimes they spend a year at one salon, 6 months at another salon, 8 months at another, and they're coming in and they are working, okay? In the mindset of an American, most Americans don't want to work 6 days a week, much less 7 days a week. And they don't want to work the hours that these people are working. We have an issue with just people having good work ethic in general. And it's a generational issue from millennials on down. A lot of Americans, not just Black Americans, just Americans in general, are going to tell you what they're not going to do or what they're not paid to do. They don't want to pitch in. So a lot of these salons that you're able to just go in and take walk-in service, a lot of them are family owned as well. So it's uncles, brothers, sisters, cousins, second cousins, third cousins, married in-laws that are all working in that business together. Pitch in and do what they can, whether it's washing out the bowls, sweeping the floor, doing a pedicure, refilling the stock, wiping down the items and dusting, answering the phone. Everyone's going to do what needs to be done instead of people saying, well, I am a nail tech, so I only do nails. We also have this mentality in America. Specifically, I'm talking about millennials and downward, of everyone wants to be the boss, but no one wants the responsibility. And so whenever more people can be honest and be realistic about their role and the responsibility that they can carry, then we would be able to have these walk-in salons that are Black owned. So even when we do get a Black person who has the money, they have the capital to say, you know what, I can handle this rent, even though I'm paying 8 times, 9 times, 10 times more on the rental space than my counterpart. And I will float and front load the money, and I will pay double, sometimes triple, for the supplies that they're charging for other people. Now we have a problem. Black consumers are going to keep comparing the Asian nail salon prices to the Black nail salon prices, and they're going to keep going over to the Asian salon because the Asian salon is cheaper, but it's institutionalized. Realistically, for that Black salon owner, they're probably taking home less profit, even though they're charging you more because their overhead is more. So because there's a breakdown with the consumer understanding the actual challenges that Black salon owner has, is why we don't have a lot of Black nail salons where you can just do walk-ins. So this is a multi-layered issue, but ultimately for us as Black people, if we want a Black nail salon that's walk-in with majority Black estheticians, waxers, nail techs, etc., we are going to have to get comfortable with paying more for those services, because the reality is that business owner they have a higher overhead than the Asian competitor, because they are not allowed to get the subsidies and the grants, and the vendors that control the supply chain are downright charging them more. And then don't even get me started on the amount of Black nail techs that refuse to do feet. That's a whole nother situation.
So Rich Rising, I'm in the Carolinas, all right? And at this current time, I want to talk to all Asians, every single one of y'all. When I was a kid, we used to always love going to this Asian restaurant that had the best fucking egg rolls I've ever tasted, always nice and hot. This shop was loved so much by the community that it had its own protection by the Black community. But I noticed when I was a kid, there still was a big ass gate up. When you go and make orders, there was a big gate between the family that was doing the cooking behind there and us, right? And it's so crazy because we really was cool with that family at the time. right? And everybody loved that shop. And people protect it. You come in there starting some business, or you disrespect them people right there, they be like, hey, yo, chill out. You know what I'm saying? Like, what are you doing? Right? And at the time, I thought, like, this might be the store's cool ass design. Cool beans, right? On that same strip, there was a beauty supply store that everyone would go to because it was the only beauty supply store in that black neighborhood, because black people were doing what at the time? A lot of hair, right? And for the first time ever, I got followed around in the store. Ever. And it felt really unsettling, right? Because every time we would see her come around that corner and she'd be like, acting like she doing something. Then creep around the corner like. And at first I was just like, what is this? This is strange, right? But I didn't want to judge immediately. I thought maybe something might be wrong with her or something. Whatever the case may be, right? But after a while, I was thinking to myself, is she thinking that I'm going to steal something? And if she's thinking this way already, and I'm a regular customer, by the way, she see my face pretty often. I was thinking to myself, someone gonna eventually, she gonna piss somebody off to the point where somebody is gonna steal something. Somebody is going to steal something, because that will cause that type of reaction. For if you're going to make me out to be a stealer, I might as well steal something, right? And I was like, someone eventually is going to steal because you pissed them off by doing that, right? But like, that's a reaction worth having. That's a valid reaction. And then along that strip was also another store that was a Chinese ran store, right, as well. And we would go there and we shop there often. So we had 3 Asian businesses on a strip in the black community, right? That was not owned by black people at all, right? And my question always comes to, like, why are y'all so anti-black to us when them white people didn't want you in their community at all? They didn't want you in there at all. So they was like, you know what? You could take your businesses in that black community over there, right? In that poor black community over there, right? And we couldn't even have our own businesses in our own community. But most of y'all businesses are all in our community. And y'all never stop to question why that is? Never? That never crossed your thought? But yet y'all are willing to be in our community and prepared to kill us in our own community? And you don't even live in the communities. Y'all live in the suburbs somewhere. The saddest part is at this time too, I was heavily into anime, right? And because I had this love for anime, this made me also outsource and look at other cultures for the first time. And for the first time, this is where I was looking at the Chinese culture, and I thought it was so beautiful. And then this is the time too, we had Jackie Chan, we had Jet Li, and we really loved the fighting style, and we were starting to see more about Kung Fu and stuff like that. And we thought this was so amazing, especially when Rush Hour came. We was like, yeah, black and Asian people, right? We thought it was really cool because y'all were the closest in proximity to us, right? So we really thought y'all culture was beautiful. We thought your people were beautiful. We may have looked at y'all a little bit as monoliths because we thought, like, because y'all are Asian, everybody was cool like that. Everybody could fight like that. Everybody was smart like that. We thought y'all all was like one. We really did at the time when we was younger, thought y'all was a monolith for real. But this made me also look at other cultures within, like, the Asian culture, for instance, like Japan. When I was heavily into anime, this made me really look at Japan's culture, and I was like, oh my god, the geishas and the anime culture and their fighting style, and their culture is so beautiful. I used to have like the little antique Japanese dolls that was made and stuff. I really thought y'all culture was really beautiful. And then I was also into K-pop at the time too, so then I was looking at Korean culture and I thought theirs was beautiful. And I really had such high respect for Asian people and their culture in general, because I thought it was very beautiful, very unique. Sometimes it made me not want to be in America. It made me feel like I was born on the wrong side of the world. But not once in my mind did I ever think that y'all were immediately bad people or anything else. And trust me, they told us a lot about like Asian being bad people or doing these things. We heard that often. Did we care about that? No, because we thought y'all motherfuckers was cool. So what the fuck we look like listening to white people say how bad y'all are? The fuck? But do you know how disheartening it is to learn that the Asian community is very anti-black to you? don't have the same type of respect that you had for them, right? Y'all would have thought that it was us who put y'all in internment camps. Y'all would have thought it was us who was making those comments and attacking y'all during COVID. Y'all would have thought it was us who dropped a bomb on Hiroshima. We have never done anything historically terrible to y'all. It was always the wallpaper people. But y'all don't have no smoke at all for the wallpaper people? But y'all ready to kill us when we have never came at y'all with ill intent. Historically, globally, none of that. Right? But y'all got a beef with us for some reason. I don't understand that. Is it because we absolutely are the only race that refuses to assimilate to white culture? Is it because we are the only race that absolutely refuse to let go of our own culture in order to fit in? So my question would be to y'all, why do y'all want to assimilate and be so close to white supremacy so bad?
First of all, I want to say this clearly. I am proud of you Black Americans. What you are doing right now is remarkable. And I will be honest with you. I did not expect it to reach this level. I did not think that the community would come together this seriously, this consistently, and with this much discipline. But here we are, and what I am witnessing is beyond anything I imagined. These businesses are literally shutting down. Asian American businesses in Black neighborhoods are closing their doors because the spending has stopped. And that tells you everything you need to know about the real power of Black Americans. The boycotts are working. And they are working because this time it is not just anger, it is awareness. Now, I have seen many clips beyond what I featured here, and I want to address something that keeps coming up. There is an argument that is being made by many Asian Americans where they are saying that the action of one man, here the man who is being referred to is Rick Chow, who unalived a 14-year-old. They are saying that the action of Rick Chow should not result in the punishment of an entire community. They are talking about the entire Asian American community. And I understand why this argument feels reasonable on the surface, but it fundamentally misleads what is actually happening. Black Americans are not punishing Asian American community. What they are doing is correcting a mistake that they have been making for decades. For generations, Black Americans have been pulling their spending power into other people's communities, buying from Asian-owned businesses, Latino-owned businesses, and others, while neglecting to invest in their own. That money built wealth for other communities, that money funded other people's children's educations, other people's investments, other people's generational stability. And all of that happened largely at the expense of Black economic growth. Look around America honestly. Every other community practices economic solidarity almost instinctively. Latino communities support Latino businesses. Asian communities, and I say this with respect, circulate money among themselves. Jewish communities have long understood the principle of keeping wealth internal. White Americans have entire systems, both formal and informal, that prioritize their own. Black Americans were the singular exception, the one community consistently spending outward, while their own neighborhoods remained underdeveloped and underserved. What Rick Chow did was not just an act of violence, it was a spark. It cracked something open in the collective consciousness of Black Americans and forced a long overdue question. Why are Black Americans building everyone else's dream before their own? So when people say this boycott is about punishing Asians for one man's action, they are missing the point entirely. This is not punishment as many Black American brothers and sisters have said it. This is redirection. This is transfer of money, transfer of wealth, transfer of ownership back to where it should be going all along. And this is not a radical idea. Every thriving community in America already does this. The only thing radical here is that black Americans are finally doing it too. The reason this feels shocking to some people is simple. It was not expected. There was a quiet assumption, whether conscious or not, that black spending would always flow outward, that black consumers would keep showing up regardless of how they were treated, that the relationship did not need to be mutual because it never had to be before. Rick Charles' action shattered that assumption, and this is what has made the boycotts so effective. This movement of boycott is not just about one store or one man. It is about black American brothers and sisters recognizing that economic loyalty must be earned and must be reciprocal. I also want to comment on what the last speaker said. Many black people in America grew up genuinely admiring Asian communities, seeing them as disciplined, focused, family-oriented, and smart. There was real goodwill there, a real sense of support as fellow minorities navigating a country that was not always fair to either group. That goodwill deserves to be acknowledged, but goodwill cannot be one-sided forever. And when incidents like this occur, and when they are met with indifference or deflection from within those communities, that goodwill erodes. The image of Asian Americans in black communities is being shaped now, not by history, but by how this moment is handled. I will emphasize on this, brothers and sisters. This movement is not rooted in hatred. It is rooted in self-respect of black American brothers and sisters. Black Americans are not walking away from other communities out of bitterness. They are walking toward themselves out of wisdom. They are building, investing, and circulating wealth in the ways that create lasting power. Brothers and sisters, that is not a boycott, that is an awakening, and it is long overdue. So you have watched the video until this time. I want you to participate in this conversation by dropping your opinions down there in the comment section. If anything wrong was said in this video, feel free to correct us down there in the comment section. If you find this one interesting, click on that like button and share this video to your friends and family. Mr. TA, your African brother, signing off. Ciao.